welcome to my channel. I'm Grace and this is Graceful Moments because it's moments full of me and my friends and my whānau. If you've clicked on this video, it's because you want to know more about me, how I'm living my version of a nomad lifestyle. As you can probably tell from my accent, I am from New Zealand, not Australia, okay? The basic premise of the channel is because I really want to be a producer and an editor, and the best way to do that is to practice. So who better to practice on than me? I have been living as a nomad for quite some time. Born and bred in New Zealand. I spent the first 20 years absolutely loving that. Then I made the move to the United States. As of 2 weeks ago, I made the move to Amsterdam, the Netherlands. So being from New Zealand, I get a lot of questions when I am traveling. I would say the biggest one is, why did you leave? I'm from Cambridge, which is this town in the North Island. It is the town of trees and champions because there are, as you can probably gather, a lot of trees and a lot of champions. We have very elite athletes in Cambridge, and so when you're around that, it creates a really cool environment. The things I really love about New Zealand are obviously its natural beauty, whether that be the rivers that I would row on or the mountains that you could hike, or just this rich sense of community. I know every place has its ups and downs and highs and lows, but for me it was a really special place to grow up and form my personality and friendships that I have, which I would say when I think about what I love and what I miss the most about New Zealand, it's of course the people. We have a phrase in Te Reo Māori which is he tangata, he tangata, he tangata, which means it is the people, it is the people, it is the people. So as you could gather from that. The other thing that is a real asset when you grow up in New Zealand is it is a small island, essentially, especially compared to a lot of other places. So David Farrier, if you're watching this, you have been such an inspiration for me, and being able to meet him a few years ago has really just been a catalyst for me wanting to pursue creating this YouTube channel and my podcast, Tall Poppy Talk. Another thing with growing up in New Zealand, in Cambridge in particular, is Lake Karapiro. It is one of the best rowing courses in the world, and they had the World Championships there, I believe back in like 2011 or 2012, and I remember going to watch. At that stage I had no interest in rowing. I was very much a football or a soccer girl or a multi-sport. It wasn't until I was 17 that someone very close to me was excellent at rowing, and I felt inspired to check it out to understand what the whole thing was, and I literally fell in love with it. I went on the Friday, the Saturday, and then it was a long weekend, so by that third day I was hooked. My coach Norm, and then later my doubles partner Karen, just got me completely enveloped in this sport. And I didn't have ambitions to go to the States when I started, or even try to row for New Zealand, but I discovered that if you do things you love, opportunities will come from that. I was 2 years into university in New Zealand, and in that second year I did well at nationals. I was able to get into the New Zealand team for the university Trans-Tasman, and a lot of great momentum, and then I went to trial for the under-21 team, and I just flopped. Like, I had a terrible time. I couldn't feather. Like, it was a really bad trial, and I came to a decision point which I think a lot of athletes they grapple with, of what am I doing? Like, what am I doing here? And for me, I recognized what it would take to try to pursue elite sport, and that wasn't going to be the lifestyle I thought I was up for or that I wanted, and that's a whole different conversation, but I'm trying to keep this short. The opportunity to come to the States was there. I spoke with a few different schools, and Rutgers ultimately had this Jersey grit about it. My dad had seen The Sopranos. I'd only really seen the Jersey Shore, so I was a little bit skeptical, but as soon as I went and did my visit, I was just embraced. Anyone who's even been exposed to the US collegiate system is like, wow, access to facilities, the race schedule, the support you get was unlike anything I had experienced in the New Zealand university sports system. And so I think it was really cool coming in as an international, because you don't grow up knowing that that's something you can have. Everything is new and exciting. It was also very hard rowing in a D1 program. We went to NCAAs. Every year I was there, I got to race most of those years. It's tough. It taught me a lot. I really intended when I went to the States that I would just do my undergrad, which at that stage was going to be 2.5 years. And I had only rowed for 2 years, so I was signing up for 2.5, and I was a little bit nervous, like, what if I don't like this? And then COVID happened. Through that, there's this opportunity to redshirt. So redshirting is when you have an injury or something equivalent and you get 1 more year of eligibility. So for me, in that whole year level, we were given like a COVID redshirt, to which I went to Coach Price and was like, can I stick around for another year? And he said, yeah, let's do it. And we did it, and that was definitely the momentum which then led to me wanting to pursue working in the United States. But it is worth noting that I didn't just want to stick around for the work opportunities. I fell in love with a Jersey boy, and so the whole lifestyle was definitely very attractive to me, and I ended up, after my graduation from my master's, working for 2.5 years until the start of 2025. I made the move to the Netherlands. Now, the Netherlands has been on my list for definitely a long time. I knew that I wanted to continue to Europe, and a lot of Kiwis will go do their OE, which is the Overseas Expedition, I think, and they'll go to London or Canada or Australia. But a big draw card is two of my absolute best mates, Tanisha and Femke, who were my roomies. They're Dutchies, and I just thought, what an opportunity to come live in Amsterdam, be with my friends, learn the language properly, and try to I'm saying be fluent in 1 year, which I know is very hard and people keep telling me will be difficult, but I'm persistent that I'm going to make that happen. So when you move a lot, right, you form a lot of different relationships. I think we often prioritize romantic relationships, which are very important, but you're not just doing long distance romantically, you're doing it with your friendships too. So to be able to be here for the year and reconnect with my friends and just make a lot of new memories is going to be really special. As of the date of filming this, I'm really loving Amsterdam. It has only been sunny for 1.25 days, and it has rained every single day.
I don't know, what is it? I haven't seen it for so long.
But I'm still smiling because it's a really cool, exciting place to be. And back to Graceful Moments and what it's about. I know I just gave you a really expedited journey of me from New Zealand to the US to the Netherlands. And the focus of the channel is just lifestyle, living as a nomad, learning, travel, all these fun things. And so my ask of you, if you've made it to this point in the video, is to just share with me any recommendations you have. I'm pretty new to the Europe travel. If you have questions, whether that's from Amsterdam or New Zealand or America, or like I said, even visas, please just comment or message, and of course like and subscribe so you can follow along. But that is a really consolidated about me and about the channel, and just thank you. See you next time.